This fan base, a great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
On the jump. At the 60. At the 60. Cowboy 80.
Willis going to throw it right away. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A first carry for Rachaad White. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Titans at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
To throw, here's Willis. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Dragon 60. Hurry.
Willis, 4th down here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming up. Another run here with Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Play action. It's Wilson. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Completes it again to Doubs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
On On second down, a run with Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. On third down, Wilson. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. First and goal from the 3. Dobbins will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. On first down, Willis. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
To the air on first down, here's Willis. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. White, he'll try the left side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because it plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Willis. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And it's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Right back to the air again with Willis. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And some room to roam now. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 38, Wilson. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now Wilson. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Packers 14, Titans nothing. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they're... And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Play action, Willis. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now a give up the middle. This is White. Trucks over him. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Willis looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. This is fielded at the 7. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
First down, here's White. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 2nd and 8.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Check down complete to Haskins. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Cougar 19, 18, fight in.
3rd down, it's Willis. And it's a Titans touchdown. Chigakakwo from 17 yards out. And the Titans get a bit closer. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Able to hang on to the ball this time, and in the process picks up the first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Wilson. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. J.K. Dobbins, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Okay, break.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Willis. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. But he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now Wilson. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Two. 19 Lions.
Last play of the half. Here's Willis. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. And that is no good. And this will remain a 23-point deficit. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. Up to the 20. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long. Go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. That's taken it around the 40. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They go play action with Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. At that time, a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
114 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he's got some space here.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field. Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw again on 2nd down. Willis. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind him.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Willis now off of play action. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Willis to throw once more.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
108 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Willis got to have this one.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Powers through him.
And this will be a Packers 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Play action. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 2nd and 10.
Willis. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Willis, pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front.
Touchdown! Chris Godwin, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. The point after is good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, a lot of happy faces.